All right, hello kindergarten friends. It's me, Mrs. McClure, and today we're going to look at our Orgo Big Book and talk about relative position. Okay, guys, so we're going to talk about relative position. Do you know what the word position means? Position means where something is placed, and we're going to be working with number tracks and number lines to talk about where is a number placed on the number line. Before we do that, though, we are going to be looking and listening to the story called Hop Hippos. So what is this animal that you see on the cover of my book? Yeah, this is a hippo, okay? And what do you think this story can be about? What are you going to predict? Just from looking at the cover here, what do we predict this book is going to tell us? Or what are we going to learn from it? Or what is it about? Yeah, we're going to have to read to find out, right? Okay, so our author is James Burnett and Calvin Irons, okay? So we're going to read the story Hop Hippos. And as we read, I want you to think about what is the position? Where are our friends, okay? What are their hippos doing? All right, ready? The hippos made a clever track to help them hop forward and back. So that word forward means going to the front. So forward is going this direction. Backwards is going this direction. So we're going to the right when we're jumping forward, and when we're jumping backwards, we're going to the left. So this is right, this is left. So they are made a track to help them move forward and back. Holly hops to number 1. So here's a number track here. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it says Holly Hippo hops to 1. Now her fun has just begun. I wonder where she's going to hop to next. Harry Hippo hops to 4. Now he's on number 4 on our number track. Holly was on number 1 and Harry's on number 4. So what numbers are in between 1 and 4? 2 and 3, right? Good. What number is just before? So when we talk about, we're going to be looking at the words before and after. So just before means right in front of, right? So if this is the number 4, what number comes right in front of 4? What's just before 4? The number 3. Good. And what comes after the number 4? The number 5. Good. Holly is on number 3. If she hops 2 more, where will she be? So if Holly's on number 3 and she hops 2 more, what number is she going to land on? So we have 3, 4, 5. Sorry about that. So if she's on 3, she hops 2 more, she's going to be on the number 5. Good. On number 7, there is loads of laughter. What numbers come just before and after? So here's the number 7. What number comes just before the number 7? Number 6. And what comes just after? The number 8. Good job. They are the happiest hippos ever seen. What numbers are in between? So when we talk about before, we're talking about in front of. When we're talking about after, we're talking about what comes right behind it. Now we're talking between. So we have the number 2 and the number 6. What numbers are in the middle between 2 and 6? So we've got 3, 4, and 5. Good job. Harry Hippo is now on 9. The next number is the end of the number line. So if he's on number 9, what number comes right after 9? and it's also at the end. The number 10, because we have 10 numbers on our number line, right? 10 squares here, or rectangles. Good job. Whoop. These happy hippos will never stop. They just like to bop and hop. So we've got number 3 and number 8. What numbers are in between the number 3 and 8? If we have 3, we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The end. Wow. All right, boys and girls, so we're going to review those words. These are some vocabulary words for us for math, and the first word is after. So when we talk about the word after, we're talking about what comes after, what comes behind something, right? What comes behind a number. When we're looking at our number track, we look at what comes behind a number. That means after. So that's our word after. And then before. Can you say the word before? The word before means in front of. So what would come in front of a number? So we're going to look at a number track today, and we're going to practice with our hippo friends from our story, identifying before, identifying after, and in between. Okay? Awesome. So I'm going to show you that. So I have my Hop Hippos here. Remember our friend Holly? And I believe his name was Harry. We are going to use our hippos to look at our number track, to look at numbers that come before, the numbers that come after, and numbers that might come in between. Okay? So let's look. I'm going to grab my friend Harry, and I'm going to put him on the number 1. So if I have Harry on number 1, what number comes after? So when we talk about the word after, we mean behind. So here's the number 1, and the number that comes after the number 1 is the number 2. Okay, very good. Let's try another one. Let's get our friend Holly. I'm going to put her on this number. So what number is Holly on top of? The number 3. What number comes after the number 3? So if we're talking about after, right after, it means behind. So what number comes right behind the number 3? The number 4. Very, very good. Now, Holly's on number 3, but what number comes before? So we were talking about after, it means it's behind. So when we talk about the word before, we mean in front of. So what number comes before the number 3? Just looking at your number track. The number 2. So the number 2 comes before, the number 4 comes after. Good job. All right, let's try something else. So let's look at, we're just practicing using our number line. So let's put Holly on number 1. And if Holly were to hop 2 times, what number would she land on? So if she's on number 1 and she hops 2 times, what number is she on? The number 3. Very good. Okay, so let's look at that. If she's on the number 3, what number comes before the number 3? The number 2. And what number comes after the number 3? The number 4. Awesome. Very good. Let's come up to our friend Harry, shall we? Let's work with Harry. Let's say that Harry starts on number 6. What number comes before the number 6? Before, which means in front of. The number 5. Good job. And what number comes right after the number 6? So if we're looking at number 6, we know 5 comes before. What comes after? The number 7. Good. So we can use our number tracks to tell us what numbers come before, what comes after, and what would they be on if they were to skip or hop over, right? 2 times or 3 times. So we can use a number line to help us see that. Or a number track. So this is our number track, right? Number tracks have our numbers 1 through 10 on it. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put my 2 friends on the same number line, and we're going, just like from the story, we're going to look at what numbers come in between. So that means they're in the middle, between 2 things, right? So let's put Holly on the number 2, and let's put Henry on the number 5. Okay? So when we're talking about in between, we're talking about what numbers are in the middle between Holly and Henry. So if Holly's on number 2 and Henry's on number 5, what numbers are in between, or in the middle? 3 and the number 4. Good. Let's practice that one more time, and then we're going to look at our assignment. Okay. Let's move Holly and Henry again. So let's move Henry to number 10, and let's move Holly to number 6. So Holly's on 6, Henry's on 10. What numbers are in between? What numbers come in between Holly and Henry? The number 7, the number 8, and the number 9. Those are all the numbers that are in the middle and in between. So when we talk about before, we're talking about what number comes in front of. When we talk about what's behind, we look at the number that is after, right? When we look at after, we talk about what number is right behind it. And then in between is the numbers that are in the middle of something, right? So we're going to look at our assignment for today. Okay, so your assignment today is to grab your Orgo books and open to page 43. And what we have to do on page 43 is we are going to trace all the numbers that are on the number track. So you are going to work on that in your journal. And then we are going to write the numbers that are missing on each number track. So there are numbers that are missing on each track, and your job is to fill in the numbers that are missing. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. What 2 numbers are missing? What number comes after 4? The number 5. Very good. Okay. What number comes after the number 5? The number 6. Very good. And then you would finish filling those numbers in on your number track. Okay? And let's just look at this one real fast. So we're going to fill all these numbers in. What number comes after the number 6? The number 7. Okay? What number comes after the number 7? The number 8. And what number comes before? So here's our hippo friend. What number comes before? So remember, before means in front of. The number 9. So you're going to trace these numbers and then fill in the missing numbers. Okay? And we're going to talk about it when we have our Google Meets. All right. Good job today, friends.